everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dana, aka Blondie Knots here on YouTube, and 'tis the season. It is the season of gift giving, of course, but it's also the season of gift receiving. I thought it would be fun if I put together a little list of crochet and knit things that either I have really had my eye on this year or things I have purchased in the past and feel like would make great gifts for a crocheter or knitter in your life. And since Black Friday is coming up, I wanted to get this video out a little bit earlier, so in case there's any sales on these items, you can make sure you snag them or send them to a loved one to snag for you. So that's basically all we're gonna do today. Like I said, a lot of these items are things I have and have used myself and would highly recommend, and some of them are things I have my eyes on too that will definitely be on my gift list this year. So I'm gonna use my phone today, so don't mind me being on my phone, but I'm gonna jump right into them. I tried to break these up in little categories to make them make maybe a little bit more sense, but I'm gonna start off strong. I have one yarn recommendation for a holiday gift, and it is the Noro Dragon Eggs. So basically, the Noro Dragon Egg is just a cake of Noro yarn. They just happen to call it a dragon egg, which I think is so cute and adorable. It's also very unique, but Noro yarn is something I absolutely love working with. I have been lucky enough to be sent a couple of these. It's such a unique yarn, it's a unique fiber, and it's really something I have never worked with before, and I just really have come to love Noro yarn. I also think the colorways are so beautiful. This is typically a number 3 lightweight yarn, and it is mostly cotton. There is some silk and some other stuff in there depending on which line you get, but I would highly recommend giving these a try. This is kind of a yarn that is definitely more pricey. You do get usually about 200 grams of yarn per egg, if you will, and so you do actually get a lot of yarn. I can usually make a whole entire short sleeve top with just one ball. You do get the most bang for your buck, but I will say that I have just loved my Noro yarns. They wear really nicely. It really feels like you're wearing nothing, and it's a fun yarn to experiment with. It's also probably one you wouldn't find buying for yourself as much, so that always makes a great gift. So that is my only yarn recommendation for this video. I do have some other yarns, and actually some that are right here behind me that I really do love and adore, but if I had to pick one that really stood out to me, it would be Noro. So I would, recommend any of the Noro yarns. I will link the 2 I have tried specifically in case you're interested in those colorways, but I think they all are really good, and it just depends on what colorway you want. So that was my number 1 suggestion, was yarn. Next, I thought we could go into some tools. For knitting, I think they're pronounced like. Lyke. They have an amazing selection of interchangeable knitting needles. I was gifted some of these, and I also have previously bought some from Knit Picks. The Knit Pick ones are good. I do like them. They're interchangeable as well, but I don't know, something about the interchangeable like ones were so much better for me. They glide a lot better. I got a metal version, and so maybe that's why too, because the Knit Pick ones, I did get a wood version of those. I always grab for my like needles over my Knit Pick ones if they are available for me to choose from. So I just thought I'd throw that out there, especially if you're going to want to maybe try to get into knitting. You can get a really nice set of like needles. I feel like the cost was very comparable to the Knit Pick ones, and maybe they'll have a sale too, so I would definitely keep an eye out for those. But those are definitely needles I have been loving lately, and I have been doing a lot of knitting, so I definitely am always gravitating towards those. I really enjoy them, and again, I'll link the exact set I have, but I think any of the sets would work really well. I think maybe I too just tend to gravitate towards a metal knitting needle versus a wood knitting needle. So I did want to mention those. As far as crochet goes though, I do want to try a Furls metal streamline crochet hook. I have tried their, maybe it's resin, I think they make the other hooks out of, but I have tried their other hooks that are either resin or whichever they are, and I do like it. It's okay, but I do think honestly I would get way more use out of a metal streamline hook. I don't think their pricing is too outrageous. They are definitely a more expensive crochet hook, but it is an ergonomic hook. It's a longer hook, which I definitely love. I have bought hooks that are far shorter, and I just never find myself using them, so I do love that part of it, and I find that they're very good hooks. Also, if you get a metal one, it's not gonna run the risk of dropping and breaking, which is really nice. I heard a lot of people say be careful with your Furls hook, because if you drop it, the resin one that is, it will probably break, and that is just sad. I don't want it to break. So So yeah, I definitely have an interest of trying out a metal crochet hook from Furls, and that is actually on my Christmas list this year, specifically the red ones that they put out. I think those are so beautiful. They're also so holiday-esque. Anyway, that is something that I have really had my eye on, like hyper focused on lately, and I don't know if they're having a Black Friday sale, but if they are, I might be on the website. So I just wanted to mention that. And then going back to the Like brand, they also have the most incredible scissors. I know this might be something that's a little bit silly, but for me, it's absolutely imperative that I have a good pair of scissors. I am not one who likes to futz and fuss with trying to cut the yarn and it not cutting like 6 times in a row. I like a nice, crisp, clean cut, and these scissors always do that for me. They are seriously the most incredible scissors ever. They're also very cute. I love them, and I have probably 8 pairs of scissors because I love buying the scissors, and I always gravitate towards the Like ones. So I would definitely highly recommend those. They are so good, cute, and yeah, they always get the job done, especially when I'm working with my big fuzzy blanket yarn. I never have a problem with shedding because they cut so crisply. So I absolutely love them. Would just highly recommend. I've posted them even on my story before to recommend them, but I wanted to give them another little honorable mention right here for you. So that is actually all of the things I have as far as actual tools go. I didn't have many tools on my wish list this year because I do tend to be a creature of habit and I tend to use the same things over and over, but those were the things I am like hyper fixated on, especially that Furls hook. I want to get that. And yeah, those knitting needles are just incredible. So like I said, highly recommend. Next section I want to go into is more accessory based items. So these are things that maybe aren't quite as necessary for crochet or knitting, but they do make it a lot of fun, and I love to have fun when I'm doing my work. So the first one I have on here, which is hilarious to me that I still have never bought one of these because I have wanted one ever since I started crocheting, and it's a yarn bowl. Why have I not bought a yarn bowl? They're not even that expensive at Joann's, but there are some really beautiful yarn bowls out there. If you go on Etsy, there was a lot of handcrafted ones that are just gorgeous. People make really fun, adorable yarn bowls, and I need one. I just need one, okay? I think this is a really good gift, especially if you live in a household that has pets. I think it just really helps keep your yarn a lot cleaner because, you know, it's not on the floor, on the couch, all over the pet hair. So I definitely think this is a really good gift, like I said, especially if you have animals in your life. To kind of piggyback off of the yarn bowl, if you've been on my channel a while now, you did actually see me when I opened this yarn cake spinner. I will insert a better picture of it so you can really see, but basically what you do is you put your little cake of yarn right on top here, and it will spin with your work. So as you're working, it will just go along with your project. You don't have to fiddle with it too much, and then you can actually take the top off and store any kind of notions in here you need, any scissors, safety eyes if you're working on something like that, anything like that. So it's very convenient. This is an awesome little compartment. I absolutely love that part of this. This is something I would consider maybe a little bit more expensive. This is like a plastic, maybe 3D printed type of item. I'm not exactly sure what this is made of, but I can absolutely tell you this is something I would have never bought myself, even though it was something I really wanted for a long time. I had my eyes on these forever, and I do follow this company on Instagram, and I would always comment when new stuff would come out because I was so excited about it. But I asked for this for my birthday and my husband did get it for me. You can also customize colors in this. This was just a standard blue one, but you can customize the colors on the cake ones. They have a bunch of other designs too, and I believe they're also releasing some for Christmas. So if they're having a Black Friday sale, they could be a really cool company to check out. They're also a small business, so it always does help to support a small business, and it's just a fun little thing to have, even if you just have it on display in your craft room like this. Next thing I want to talk about is cute stitch markers. This was something I never knew I needed until I ran my community project over on my channel, and I was sent so many really beautiful creative stitch markers from you guys, from yarn shops you frequent in your area, and they are some of my favorite things now. I used to just buy the little plastic ugly ones, and I thought I was fine with those, but once you guys sent me those new cute ones, I could just not resist. I absolutely love them. them. They make projects so much more fun, especially projects where you need a stitch row counter, because I don't know, something about whenever I read I need a stitch marker, I'm like, oh no, where is this going? So this just makes it a little bit more fun for me. And yeah, I have absolutely loved using them. Behind the scenes, I'm working on some amigurumi stuff, which I will be showing in an upcoming vlog soon. And I've just been needing a stitch marker a lot more lately than usual. And it's just been so fun to use ones I've been sent. And I just absolutely love them. I definitely will be looking into purchasing more fun stitch markers as I see them. But I will link some of, again, the small businesses that I was sent stitch markers from, and also maybe some other ones I have seen floating around that I wouldn't mind having myself. So I will link those. But yeah, I definitely recommend having some fun aspects to your projects, like a cutie little stitch marker. You just absolutely can't go wrong. Another thing I think is a fantastic gift. This is probably the most inexpensive thing I have on my list. It's about $6, and I will talk about it until I'm blue in the face. I have talked about this thing so much, especially if you're into tapestry or amigurumi, actually really anything wearables, is a row counter. They are literally the best things in the world. I know they're not called row counters because they are not made for crochet. They are a child's fidget toy, but they are row counters for me, okay? I have been using one for probably 2 years, and I can't imagine not having it. I think I saw maybe in someone else's YouTube gift guide video a few years ago, them having one in there, and they just could not recommend it enough. And as someone who works on really big tapestry projects very often, this is an imperative part of the process for me. So I could not recommend this more. And even if you're not going to put this on your gift list, pick one up yourself. Like I said, they're usually $7. Whenever I got mine, it was on sale, and my husband got it for me for Christmas for, I think, $4.99. So it's so inexpensive, and it's just so imperative to making your life so much easier, because I don't know about you, but I lose track of my rounds every single time I'm counting them without fail. And I used to just tally mark on like a notebook, and then I would be like, I didn't want to stop, I'll tally 2 next time, and before you know it, I haven't tallied in like 6 rounds. I don't know where I am. So just having to push down a little button is so helpful. Could not recommend enough. Please get yourself one of these for any type of crochet project you're working on. It's gonna help you so much, and it's so inexpensive. How can you say no? The next thing I want to talk about is something I've actually been using a lot lately instead of my little tote bags or reusable bags, and it is an actual project bag. Imagine that. So this one has my knitting project in it right now, which I will also be talking to you about in another vlog. We have a lot to catch up on, but this is also from the Like brand. I really hope I'm saying it right because I'm talking about them so much in this video. I really like this brand. I was sent over this bag by Knitting Fever, and as you guys know, I love them. I love all the products that I always get from them, and this project bag is so cool because, for one, look how deep it is. It's a very large bag, and in here you actually get multiple compartments. So hold on, let me pull my project out. So in here you get the giant regular compartment, then you also get this little area where you can keep a notebook, you can keep your hooks if you're crocheting, you can keep scissors, notions, whichever you need. You can keep them right in that smaller compartment, and you can close it up. And then on this other side here, there is a zipper pouch as well. So when I bring this bag with me, either to a coffee shop to knit or crochet, or on the road, if I'm going on a little bit of a road trip, I like to put my wallet in there, just things like that, little things, you know, a lip gloss, a couple mints, something like that in that little compartment there. And this bag has just been so lovely. I absolutely have just really enjoyed using it. It has adjustable strap sizes on the side here, so you can change the size of the strap if you're interested in doing that, and it's just really a good quality bag. Obviously it has your, your top zip. You can zip it all the way up, and it comes in a lot of different colors. Let me see right here which colors they have. So they have mauve, black, camel, gray, maroon, or navy, and this one I got in maroon, and I just love this color. This is such a good color for me for fall and winter. You guys know I love me some burgundy, so this maroon is just so pretty. I absolutely love it. And the really cool thing about this bag is they actually gave me a little bit of a discount code for you guys. So if you're interested in this bag, they have a 25% off sale. So you just have to use my code, which is BlondieKnots25 at checkout, and it'll get you 25% off plus free shipping on this bag. And yeah, it's just really a super amazing bag. I love everything about it. It is also made of vegan leather, so it feels feels really nice. It looks really luxurious. It feels luxurious, and I could not recommend this enough. I have been using this nonstop since I got it, and I just love it. I love bringing this around with me and keeping my project nice and safe and keeping things separated, because I am such a weirdo about organization. I love being organized. So I did want to give that a little bit of an honorable mention because I have just been loving that as of late. And since I have a discount code for you, I thought I would extend it to you just to make sure in case you want one, you have an opportunity to get one at a lower price, which we all love that. Last thing for this little category that I want to include is an arm support chair for reading, is what it says in the description of the one I bought. But of course, I've been using it for crochet and knit. Again, if you guys have been here a while, you know I have had some issues with my forearms, especially burning, feeling like fiery ants are eating it up, and sometimes my elbow and shoulder, but truly mostly in my forearm. And a lot of you guys suggested I got a arm support pillow. I will tell you, I got one and it has been a lifesaver when I remember to use it, but it helps so much. I cannot express how much relief it takes off of my shoulders, especially having my arms propped up like this and being able to work on this. I also do editing on the couch sometimes, and I use that to put my laptop on. I've used it for reading. I've used it for literally everything. My husband's used it to eat a dinner on the couch. So we love it in this house. And yeah, I will say that it has just been so helpful. And in order to crochet a lot for you guys, I do need to find ways to support my body better. And this has been a big help. So I could not recommend this enough. Even if you don't crochet all day, every day, it still is really important that when you're taking really good care of your body. And so this is something I would absolutely recommend. When I got mine, it was on a really, really good sale. And so fingers crossed, it'll be on Black Friday again coming up. I think Amazon has their deal starting November 21st, something like that. Don't quote me, but every time I log into Amazon, I think that's what I'm seeing. So hopefully this will be one of those items on sale. Of course, it's linked for you. Make sure you check it out. It's also very firm, so I don't have any slipping or like deflating when I push my arm on it. Literally couldn't say enough good things about it. It has been really, really nice for me. And like I said, so important for my shoulder and my forearm. Last little category I made here, I'm just going to categorize and call it stationery. Some of it's not really stationery, but it was the best category name I could think of for this last little group of items. These are really fun little things that could be really useful and really thoughtful gifts, especially if you're going to give something to another crocheter or knitter in your life. I think if I received this, I would be like, that was so thoughtful for you to think beyond just a hook, a scissor, a something like that. So let's go into that category really quickly. The first thing I have on this list is knitting and crochet books, any kind of stitch pattern books. I have so many, seriously. Looking over at my thing, I have at least 6 crochet books over there. I like to flip through those a lot when I'm looking for inspiration on stitch patterns for upcoming designs and stuff like that. I absolutely love a stitch pattern book, even though you can Google them, of course. There's something about being able to see it and look at it in front of you that is really awesome. They're also cute. They make cute decor in your craft room, so I love that. Another great book I got that I also talked to you guys about lately was Knitting Vogue. Someone asked me in the comments of that video if it is a techniques book, and it is. There is so much. Every single page is just really a thorough way to do something. In this particular situation, this is buttonholes, finishing the hem of a stitch, and of course, as a new knitter, I don't know how to do any of that. So it's all here in this book. This book has been very informational. I've already used it a couple times, and look how gorgeous it is. Come on. You can get books on Thrift Books, which is actually probably where I'm going to link them from. All of my crochet books, except for 1 or 2 that I can think of right off the bat, are from thriftedbooks.com, and they have them at such good prices. And I will tell you, I've never got one that has been in bad condition. You can pick what level of condition you want, and the lowest I've ever gone is used, I think. And even my used book came in really nice condition. I think it maybe had like a couple scribbles on the inside cover, and I don't care about that. So if I can get a book at $5 versus, you know, 25, 30 bucks, I'm gonna do it. So I will link all the Thrift Books versions, and then I'll link the Amazon book versions too in case you're interested in the newer copies instead of getting ones that are pre-used. Next thing I want to talk about is a project notebook. This is something I have never owned, but definitely something I would really be interested in giving a try, especially next year, to stay even a little more organized. The one I have had my eye on is basically where you can write down all the yarns you have in your stash. You can keep track of projects you have worked on. So, you know, maybe in 2 months, if you've put a WIP away and you want to pick it back up, you can go look and see exactly what yarn you were using, exactly what hook size. It's just a great way to log all of your projects and keep everything, like I said, super organized. Also, at the end of the year, I want to do a what I made this year video. So if I would have been doing that all year, it would have been very easy to round up everything I made just in that little book, but of course I didn't. So I'm going to have quite a time finding all the things I made this year. But yeah, I just think that'd be a really great way to stay organized. It's also really cute to track your progress, what kind of yarns you bought that year, all that stuff. So if that's something you're interested in, I will link this book. Another cute little thing I want to throw in here is yarn related stickers, of course, whether that be yarn related, crochet, knit related. I absolutely love these types of stickers. I received so many from you guys in my community project. And of course, I also have my laptop fully decorated in crochet related stickers or yarn related. I get a lot of comments every time my laptop comes on screen. People say that my computer looks so cute with all my little yarn related stickers, and I honestly couldn't agree more. So if you are into stickers in any way, shape, or form, I would highly recommend just putting a couple of these on your list. They're just so fun. And the very last thing I have on my list is so random, but I could not end this video without sharing this with you guys because I have had these in my Etsy cart for probably a year and a half. I don't know why I haven't bought them, but now, especially as I start to wear earrings more and more, I think they're just something I'm gonna have to purchase at some point. But they are these little yarn skein earrings. They are on Etsy. They're not even expensive. I seriously don't know why I haven't bought them, but you can pick any colorway that you want, and they're just these adorable little yarn skeins that hang off of these little dangly earrings. They're obviously going to be super, super lightweight because they're made of a couple pieces of yarn. I think they're also hyperallergenic, so if you have any ear sensitivity, quite like myself, I think these will be good for you. But yeah, I definitely think I need to just buy a pair already because they'd be so cute to wear to craft shows, to wear to any kind of yarn related stuff, or even on videos for you guys. But if you're, of course, a yarn addict as myself, I think these would be a great little fun gift to have. I just wanted to make sure I mentioned those really quick. This is also supporting a small business as well, so how can you go wrong there? But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope maybe I gave you some ideas to put on your wish list this year. Just wanted to give a quick reminder to all my crafters out there. I know this time of year can be a little bit stressful. There's a lot going on, especially if you're doing holiday markets. If you have a lot of people asking for handmade gifts, this can be a very stressful time of year. I just wanted to remind you to slow down a little bit, enjoy the holiday season. We only get it once a year. I'm really thinking about touching on this in an upcoming video, so let me know if you would like that, or if you're someone who also feels stressed out around the holidays as a handmade crafter, whether that be a small business or just your family and friends know that you crochet and knit or do any kind of craft. It can get very, very stressful. So let me know if you also feel a little stressed this time of year, but take your time no matter what holiday you celebrate or who you celebrate with. Have a beautiful holiday season. Remember, it's not about what you get, it's who you spend it with. But of course, it is nice to get a couple cute gifts too. So I do honestly hope that this was helpful. I hope you get everything you wanted for the holiday season, or if you wanted nothing at all, I hope you get to spend it with people you love. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. I put out new videos every Monday and Thursday, and they are always crochet, knit related. We have a lot of fun over here. Make sure you like the video if you liked it, guys, or got maybe a couple gift ideas from it. Comment down below anything that you have on your wish list that maybe I didn't hit or are must-haves for you. I would love to hear them. I'm always looking for more ideas. Not that me or my husband needs them, but I'm always looking to hear what you guys have to say. Make sure you share this with any of your other crafty friends to give them some ideas too, or maybe to gently hint someone into getting you something. I am so happy to have you here. I'm so thankful you let me take up a little bit of your time on the internet today. I will be seeing you in a new video on Monday, but until then, take care. Bye!